Hey y'all, I'm gonna get a little serious today. I'm gonna talk about bought lessons. I got lots of them in my life. Things that I've learned because I've been on this earth for half a century. And, if you know there's a big old hole up ahead, you want to warn some people, especially people that you care about. And I care about all y'all. And I'm hoping that some people will find this that are having to come, that you won't have to go through what I had to go through. I look back now, and my husband and I were talking about this last night, and we're in a great position. We're very grateful for where we are financially in our life. But when we look back, and if we could add up all the interest that we paid because we thought we needed something, and so we didn't have that self-control, fruit of the Spirit, and we didn't have patience, so we financed it. And the way I grew up, I never had a lot of family members that had a lot of money, so I think the attitude was, well, if I'm ever going to have anything, then I'm going to have to finance it. And we assumed that attitude for a while. And we made banks a lot richer. Interest is not the enemy. There's some good interest. It's called compounding interest. That's a gift from God. God has lots to say in the Word about financial stewardship. It's all His, none of it's yours. So, if you live by the fruits of the Spirit and you have that self-control and those patience, then, and you listen to Him when He says to owe nothing but to love, and that the borrower is going to be a slave to the lender. If you listen to those pieces of wisdom, you won't be looking back the way we are and saying, wow, we could be multi-millionaires right now if we would have taken the money that we put toward interest and put it into investments and been patient and paid cash for anything that we wanted. God would have still given us everything that He had stored up for us without that peace being lost and the money being lost. I'm great with where I ended up. I'm very, very thankful. God has been so good to me. But if I could keep just one person from having to look back and just be like, oh, if I would have just, lived by that wisdom and invested and taken advantage of compounding interest instead of the bad interest where you're just making the banks rich. I know a lot of people don't like Dave Ramsey, and I don't agree with everything he says, but he is a man of God. So I do glean from the wisdom that he, gives out. So, that's one source I would give you, but the main source is the Word. God's got some great, great wisdom. Get in the Word, y'all. It'll make your life better in every area. Have a blessed day. God bless y'all.